It's okay if you don't do it when you wake up, just do it when you remember. A 20 minutes meditation, a workout, that is a good way to start your day. Make some movement, let your body, pump that blood. Imagine, I thought I was showing you how my rope counts, but the lighting was bad. Never mind. I do 300 skips. I usually do this before I shower though. So, yeah, find any exercise of your choice. Anything that's not too strenuous, just make some movement every day. The Four Agreements, a guide to personal freedom. Did I say it right? Yes, the Four Agreements. Let's get into it. When I first listened to the Four Agreements, because I didn't watch it, I didn't even know what it meant to find personal freedom. Somebody recommended it to me. Thank you, George Poupe. He recommended this book to me a long time ago. 20, was I done with uni? I don't know. But sent me the audio. I've had this book in all my phones. It's the one thing that I have to move with because my goodness, it freed me. Yes, it did. It freed me, and I wonder what he saw that made him feel like she needs this book. But I guess I feel that way about everybody these days. Like everybody needs this book. Everybody needs this book. This book should be in our curriculums. This book should be read multiple times throughout our life. So if it's gonna be in school, when you just start reading in primary school, I will say read, because the first things I ever understood about this book are not even the things I understand about it now. Either way, let's get into it. You let me know how deep you want me to go with this one. But the Four Agreements starts with, there's a backstory. You can let me know if you want me to give you that one. Otherwise, in summary, what I would really want you to go away with is the first agreement. The four agreements are: be impeccable with your word, do not take anything personally, do not assume, and then always do your best. So the first one would be impeccable with your word. Okay, so the writer tells us the origin of the word impeccable is pikatos, to be without sin. And to be impeccable means to be without sin. Oh, what does this even mean? You might be thinking it's one of those holier than thou lessons that sounds impossible, but it's so simple. It's hard, but it's simple. If you get me, you get me. All right, so in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. The Word is the one thing human beings have over every other animal species on earth. And you should wonder how powerful the Word is, okay? Because why are we the only ones who can do it? What does it really mean to speak? What is the purpose of speaking? If you know the purpose of speaking is to communicate to people, for them to understand what you're trying to, and that's exactly what the word does. So sometimes we use it badly. When we speak, it's like magic, because when we speak about things, things can come to pass, and we can speak into our futures. Mostly, it's always about like creating. That's what the word can do. The word creates. That is why in the beginning was the word. Okay, if you get that alone, without me going deep into it, you already know that you should be careful of the things you say. But don't worry, I got you. Just like, relax. I gotta build the foundation before I get to where I'm going. So relax. You're gonna get some. You need to hear the foundation of the story. So be impeccable. We understand how powerful the word is now. Now we understand the power of word. So know that you're a magician and you put spells on people every time you speak. So you could either say something good or say something bad. When we say negative things or bad things or things that are not pleasant, they are just on the lower spectrum of, life about people. What we are doing at that point is practicing black magic. Okay? For example, gossiping. On the site, I just want you to know that the subconscious does not know the difference between you and another person. So every time you say something bad about someone, your subconscious thinks you're talking about yourself. So, like I said, every time you talk bad about someone, your subconscious thinks you're talking about yourself. And we don't want to say bad things about ourselves. I mean, I know we speak terribly to ourselves in our heads, but we generally don't want people to do that to us. You're wondering, what is this? Oh, why am I counting money? You gotta get comfortable around money, guys. So I like to touch it every now and then just to be comfortable, not to feel weird. I'll cut that out, right? So, what was I saying? Why you have to be impeccable with your word? And further, what is it to be impeccable with your word? Or what is it to be without sin? We kind of understand when we speak negatively about people, when we say bad and hurtful things to people, especially about them. About them is like one of the best examples. If I come to you, you're about to take a class this semester, and I took it last year. I'm going to tell you this lecturer is really good. Okay, this lecturer is really good, and all you have to do is like pay attention. He will like you. He's such a good lecturer. You are more likely to experience the same thing I told you about this lecturer because of that intention I sent out when I told you this. Same as the other way around. If I tell you something bad about somebody and you haven't yet had an encounter with them, I transfer that energy to you. And when you see them, you begin to observe the things I told you and see them through that lens. We tint people's lenses by just saying negative things about other people. Try to remember that your experience with someone is your experience with them. It does not become who they are. So why say it to somebody else and paint them that way? So, that's how you send out black magic. The other example that we get from the writer is how this mother, lovely mom, she comes from work and she's tired, and her beautiful daughter is singing on top of her voice, having fun in her own little world. She ain't tired. And because the mom is in this state of being tired, she can't tolerate any noise. She says to the child, just shut up, you've got an ugly voice. Now, when we're young, we just take everything that adults tell us. We take it, we believe it. Also, we do have a part of our body, I'll tell you about that another time, that just accepts things as truth in our brains. So those things coupled together, it's easy to receive bad seeds. Somebody could say something bad like that, and this child grows up to never sing because they believed that they couldn't sing, but their mom was just frustrated. All right, so now we obviously know the opposite of that. Like I said, you could say something good and it could not be true, but somehow everything in the universe conspires with you to prove it to be true. You believe it's true. So that is the power of your word. So to be impeccable, guys, would be to be holy. How do we do this? We should only say things we mean. How you speak, what you say with your mouth, what you think in your mind, what you feel in your heart, they should be in one accord. If you find yourself lying, obviously you're not being impeccable. If you find yourself gossiping, you are not being impeccable because that is just your opinion. It goes against you. So that is not impeccable. You want to speak, feel, believe. You should, be in one accord. That is how you become holy. Mean it in your heart, mean it in your mind. What are the thoughts you think about this person? People, oh my gosh, with this internet, the way you'll be lying. You need to check yourself. If you don't like somebody and you think bad thoughts about them, but with your mouth you say good things, you haven't really said anything good, because in your heart you did not communicate, like you don't mean it, you're not one with it. You'll find that you could say something to someone and why aren't they buying what I'm saying? Because you don't mean it. And how come other times people know it, they're like, oh, you meant that? Because it comes out with so much conviction. You believe it. It's what you think in your spare time. So I guess to be impeccable will have us watch what we think about people and watch our mouths. You're better off being quiet, honestly. You're better off being quiet. If you can be quiet, it might be better if you don't have anything nice to say. Otherwise, be impeccable with your word. Do not assume. Will be another video, and then we could go deeper. We could go deeper into the other ones as well.